Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark.
The final experiment with Will Duffy. Will Duffy wants to hide the dome.
Ooh, very mysterious, and now I've got voice envy. Now I've got voice envy. Please subscribe. Gematria is an ancient practice that assigns numerical values to letters, words, or phrases, typically in Hebrew, but in other languages like Greek, and it's often used in Jewish mysticism, particularly in Kabbalah, where people believe that the numbers can reveal a deeper hidden meaning to sacred texts. Now, I have no idea how this relates to Will Duffy and the final experiment, so I guess we better just watch and find out. But first, before we get into today's video, I just want to give a quick thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark VPN. Masking your IP address is becoming essential to stay private online, and a VPN makes sure that your city, country, and even your download history aren't linked to your identity. Surfshark encrypts your online data and helps to secure your personal information when you use things like free public Wi-Fi, which can be a goldmine for hackers. The clean web feature blocks ads, trackers, malware, and phishing attempts, allowing you to put your mind at ease when you're browsing online. Surfshark's got servers in over 100 countries, allowing you to access and unblock content libraries and streaming services in other countries. Are you on holiday? Change your virtual location back to your home country so that you don't miss out on any home comforts.
Really nice of you to come and...
So if you're all about keeping your online activities private, your data secure, or enjoying uninterrupted streaming, scan the QR code shown here, or click the link in the description, or head over to surfshark.deals/Creaky and use code Creaky for an extra 4 months free. Right, let's get back to the video, shall we?
Will Duffy is a fake pastor, and he's an atheist, and he's here to promote the globe.
Okay, well, I've never heard of an atheist pastor before, but fine, whatever floats your boat. And I don't think Will is trying to promote the globe. I think he's just trying to demonstrate that the earth isn't flat.
So let's do some gematria on Will Duffy and see what we get.
Well, I've only got one thing to say to that. 53, 7, 15, 57.
The final experiment equals 204, 93, 96, and 282. And we get Will Duffy, the pastor, with 240, matching 204 over here, the reverse of 240, and 93, like 93 over here with the final experiment. And we can link Will Duffy specifically with Will Duffy, the pastor. That's amazing, right?
No, it's not amazing at all, because you've already had to switch the order of one of the numbers. And didn't you say that Will Duffy was a fake pastor, an atheist, which would be 364? I wonder why you didn't choose that. Is it because the numbers didn't match up and it would have blown your entire video?
Antarctica continent 204, matching 204 over here with the final experiment, and 309, matching 93 over here.
Now, for somebody who calls this channel Mr Gematria, you're not half making a pig's ear out of this. Where does the 309 come into it? Antarctica is represented by 90 and continent is represented by 114, which comes to 204. And how the hell does 309 match 93? One's a 3-digit number, one's a 2. What the hell am I talking about? This is a load of old crap anyway.
The reverse of 309 over here, because 0 has no value, so...
Oh, right, so it's got no value now, but seconds ago it did have a value when you wanted 204 to somehow match 240.
309 becomes 39 also, and 93, like over here.
Ah, right, my apologies. I don't fully understand the rules of Gematria clearly. So you can take a number and then rearrange it to make sure it suits what you wanted to say.
And the whole point of going to Antarctica, the continent, is to prove the 24-hour sun so they can dismiss the flat earth, right?
No, not dismiss. Prove wrong.
So that's why it links to the final experiment. Another amazing coincidence, right? The Jesuit order equals 69.
69. Well, that's rather unfortunate, isn't it? But let me guess. 69 matches perfectly with 96. Except it doesn't, because they're completely different numbers. Did I get it right?
Just like 96 over here, the reverse of 69. Same number, only reverse. 9696. And the reason that the secret society, the Jesuit order, links to the final experiment is because the Jesuits own everything. They're pretty much the Egyptian order of the Old Testament, of the Exodus chapter.
The Jesuit order, officially known as the Society of Jesus, is a Roman Catholic religious order founded in 1540 by Ignatius of Loyola, and the Jesuits are known for their rigorous education, missionary work, and a strong emphasis on intellectual research and teaching, okay? And there is no direct historical link to ancient Egypt. Imagine that, a flat earther getting something wrong. That almost never happens. But I suppose he's got to make his numbers match up somehow, isn't he?
Masonry, the Freemasons, equals 39, like 93 over here. The reverse of 39, same number, 9393, with the same value of 3, because 3 plus 9 equals 12.
Oh my word, this is giving me a headache.
It's the brain pain, Coach.
But Masonry is 105 in Gematria, and the phrase, the Freemasons, is 148. So where the hell did you get 39 from? I've tried every combination and none of them come out at 39. Did you not realize that there are tools on the internet for literally everything? Even idiotic stuff like Gematria.
Then you add the 1 and the 2 and you get 3. And Freemasons linked to the final experiment because we all know that Will Duffy's a Freemason.
Well, I don't know if he is or isn't, but what I do know is that Freemasons are not what conspiracy theorists seem to think they are. Freemasons are members of the world's oldest and largest fraternal organization, and it originated in the Middle Ages among stonemasons. The clue is in the name. Freemasonry evolved into a society that emphasizes moral and spiritual values. Members or Masons use rituals and symbols like the square and compass to impart lessons on integrity, charity and brotherhood, but they're often shrouded in mystery. Now, Freemasons have been the subject of a ton of conspiracy theories, including Flat Earth, but they primarily focus on self-improvement, community service, and fostering fellowship among its members.
Hide the Flat Earth, 282. Matches 282 over here with the final experiment because the final experiment is here, okay, to promote hiding the flat earth.
And I'm here to point out every single mistake you make. Hide the flat earth would be 150, like this. You know what? This guy might possibly be the worst flat earther I've ever come across. He claims that Gematria shows that Will Duffy is an evil Freemason atheist preacher, and so far he hasn't even got any of his own Gematria nonsense right.
Okay, that's the purpose of the final experiment, is to hide the flat earth by them going to Antarctica and proving the 24-hour sun that proves the globe.
Right, first of all, nobody needs to hide the flat earth because the earth isn't flat. And the final experiment isn't going to prove the globe. We don't need to prove the globe. All normal people know that we live on an oblate spheroid. What the final experiment will do is prove or demonstrate that it is completely impossible for the earth to be flat.
Hide the dome with 96.
Well, would you look at that? He's finally got one right. Yeah, hide the dome would be 96 in Gematria. I was starting to worry I was using the wrong version of Gematria. Is there more than one version of Gematria? I mean, it's all made up anyway, so there could well be.
Same number as the final experiment over here with 96. And,
well, this just got really interesting because do you know what other word is represented by 96 in Gematria? Truth. Now, if that isn't irony, then I don't know what is.
Nobody wants nobody to know that there's a dome on top. And remember, the dome is the key. The dome is not the expanse, okay? Go back and read the Torah, okay? The dome, the firmament, the vault.
Have you got anything of value that could be added to your video that doesn't involve religious texts or making up numbers?
There is a dome on top, okay? And remember, everybody, whoever's listening, the dome is the key to proving, okay, that the globe does not exist.
And how's that going for you? I'm sure, based on what you just said, that you must have a ton of evidence that proves that the Earth is enclosed by a glass dome. No? Just assume.
The dome is the key. Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter if the sun goes in different angles around the Earth, or if it sets, or if it doesn't set. You're never gonna figure that out.
Well, if it matters so little, why is it that every single flat earther on YouTube is now exclusively making videos trying to either discredit Will Duffy or say that the final experiment isn't actually an experiment anyway? If it matters so little, why are you all so worried about it? And as far as figuring out whether the sun will or won't set in Antarctica, it's not going to be that difficult. You just have to look. You know, with your eyes.
But the dome is the key to proving, okay, that the globe is a lie. Remember that. And
yet, even though every flat earther's favorite catchphrase is do your own research, none of you, zero, have ever been able to provide anything even resembling evidence of a dome.
Gravity equals 39.
Nope, gravity would be 102.
Like 93 over here, the reverse of 39, same number, 93, 93. And why does gravity link to the final experiment? Because the final experiment is a globe channel, so they promote gravity, okay? Gravity is the god of the globers, okay?
Well, that's a really stupid thing to say, and I'm not sure why that surprises me so much, given everything else you've said in your video.
Brainwashed flat earthers equals 93, and it matches 93 over here with the final experiment. Okay, the final experiment is here to brainwash flat earthers, okay, with their stupid Antarctica trip.
Stupid Antarctica trip, eh? Now I wonder, was it a stupid idea when David Weiss was going on and on and on about the only way to be able to prove once and for all that the Earth is flat would be to go to Antarctica and see that there is no 24-hour sun? Even though we all know there is, that's what David Weiss and lots of other flat earthers were saying. But suddenly now it's actually happening. It's a stupid trip to Antarctica. Thanks for watching, everybody. 54, 61, 32.